Hi, Barb here with Barbalicious. Today I am going to make some pierogies. So what I'm doing right now is the mix for it, potato mix. So I've got potatoes in here chopped and ready to go. I'm just finishing up. And then I'm gonna cook them down, and I'm gonna do cheesy potatoes. So I'm just gonna add cheese to it once the potatoes are cooked. So I'm just gonna add water to this, get it on the stove and get it going. And then I'm gonna mix up the dough and get it going. So then by the time my potatoes are cooked, the dough should be ready to go, and then I can start assembling pierogies for supper tonight. I'm gonna turn these on to high, got them going. Okay, so now for the pierogi mixture. It's a sour cream and flour mixture. I've done it a couple of times, and I seem to, it's pretty easy little recipe, so I will not mess with success, and I will stick with it. Just hope that I can improve on it, because every time you do it, you get better at it, right? So I'm just gonna put a spoon in it. There, so it calls for 4.5 cups of flour. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. There we go on that. 2 tablespoons of salt. So just I hand measure that out. So that's 1, and there's 2. Just the palms of your hand is usually what I do for a teaspoon. And then it calls for the wet ingredients to be put into a different bowl. So I do, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I will do it today just for the sake of doing it. So I get that. And I get my whisk out. So it calls for 2 cups of sour cream, which this is 750 ml. So it's just about the whole one of these, minus a cup. So I'm eyeballing it, which probably shouldn't do that. But so leave about a cup. So just a little bit more than that. Leave that in the container. That'll be for the pierogies for later on when you eat them. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of melted margarine or butter, whatever it is that you use. So I will do that. 2 tablespoons of that. So 1, 2. Put it in the microwave. Use that. And then it calls for 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So 2 eggs there and an egg yolk. Do not fall. So I'll put in my 2 eggs. 1, 2 eggs and an egg yolk. I'm gonna keep my egg white, because I can use it maybe tomorrow for breakfast, or can use it to seal up the pierogies too, maybe when you seal them. But we'll see. I'm not gonna get too excited about that. So I got that. Got my butter. Got my butter here. Get out my measuring spoon for this. When I do baking like this, I tend to measure a lot better, because just the way I am. So it's 2 tablespoons. So 1, 2. It also calls for 2 tablespoons of oil. So I got some vegetable oil here. So 1, 2. Like that. Okay, so now we mixy. Mix it all up. How did I get so many spoons? Got lots of utensils out here. Okay, so there's that. Here's my dry ingredients. So I'm gonna mix this into there. Mix it up. Like so. You can see I'm gonna have to get my hands involved in this situation here. But first I'm gonna grab a spatula so I can get the rest of the sour cream and stuff out of my bowl here. So there's that. And then I'll get my hands involved in this now. Oh, it's cold. I could have used my handheld mixer, but oh, what the heck. Hands work just as good. So I'm just gonna mix this up, and then once I get it in here and I see that, I think I might need counter space. Because I'm usually using my handheld mixer, so I just push a button and it does it for me. I don't have to use this labor like this. But oh well. I will be fine. Just move stuff out of the way here. So, just dump this on the counter. Like so, there. Now I got space. This works way better. And I find it pretty sticky here too. It's sticking to my hands. So I'm just gonna incorporate it all right now before I add more flour to it, because I don't want it to get, once you start mixing it up, you feel you don't need it. So I'm just gonna mix this all together, form it into a ball, like so. There we go. Try and get this off my hands. Like so. I'm gonna add just a little bit of flour, like that. Which also helps get the stuff off your hands too when you do it. And that way it won't stick to the counter. Yeah. There we go. Knead it away. So I'm just gonna incorporate this a little bit more. And then it tells you to put it back in the bowl, put a towel on it for about 20 to 25 minutes to get, you know, all the stuff to rest and do its little magical thing. So I'm just gonna put it back in the bowl here. Got it in a nice ball here. So I'm just gonna put it back in the bowl, put a towel on it, and I'm gonna let it rest for about 20-25 minutes. By that time, my potatoes should be cooked, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. My potatoes are cooked. My dough is over here resting. I got my mixer here. Now I'm just gonna add this stuff to this. So you gotta add cheese, because I'm doing cheesy ones. So I'm gonna add the cheese. And then I'm also gonna add Cheese Whiz. Supposed to add some kind of cheese sauce to it. So I know everybody's got Cheese Whiz in their fridge, and if you don't, well then you're freaking weird, because Cheese Whiz is like really good. It's like one of those things that, you know, people don't like to admit that they like Cheese Whiz and different things. It's just like people don't like to admit they like bologna, but people do. So now I'm just gonna mix this up. Get it nice and smooth. It's good. You don't want lumps or clumps in here. The pierogies. Put a little mixture here. Like that. Turbo! Shut it off, like so. give it a little tasty taste. Because you can't, once it's in the pierogies, you can't take it out if it doesn't taste good. Nice and cheesy. So yeah, so like I said about Cheese Whiz, everybody's got it in their cupboards, or in the fridge. You add it in a lot of stuff, a lot of cheese sauces and stuff. I use Cheese Whiz rather than like making cheese sauce from scratch, even though I can do it like that, but I don't know, it's just something about Cheese Whiz. It's like yummy delicious in sauces. Sometimes I crave it and have toast and Cheese Whiz, but it's very far and in between, I tell you. Okay, so our potato mixture's done. There's that. That's done. Put that stuff away. Got my mixture there. Get my rolling pin out to roll out my dough. Why am I in here? Don't know. I want to be over here. Right here. I used it already. Okay. Get my dough cutter. My thing. Oh, that's what I was going to do is figure out what to cut. So when you're going to cut your pierogies, you either use a cookie cutter or you can use a cup, spoon, or a glass of some sort, you know, anything to, something or anything. I've got a little bit of flour here in a bowl that I'm going to put out on my counter here so the dough don't stick to it. Like so. Grab whatever size you want. I'm going to use a bowl like this, so it's fairly big. I want big pierogies. I don't like those little ones. Normal size ones. I'm big, I want big pierogi. So I'm just gonna roll the dough out now. So. It's not cooperating too well, which is fine. Make sure you go all the way to the edges. And you want it, you don't want it super thin, but you don't really want it super thick either. So, I don't know, probably like this, the thickness that you would a pie crust maybe, somewhere in there, pie crust or cinnamon buns. About like that. You wouldn't go real thin. That's probably comfortable with that. Let's cut one out and see. Oh, cutty. So that's my one. See, and I can stretch it a little bit. It's got a bit of give to it, so that's good. So that's one. One pierogi. Two pierogi. 3 pierogi. 4 pierogi. That one's a little thick. We got 5, 6, 7, and 8 out of that one piece there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly grab a cookie sheet out and lightly coat it with a little bit of flour so the dough don't stick to it when you mix them or put them together. So, ooh, that's a big pierogi. This is like a full meal deal pierogi here. Yummy! Okay, so put a scoop in there, fold it over, pinch together. This is a pizza pop. That's what this is. I don't know what pierogies you're making there, Barb, but this is a pizza pop. And any of the potato mixture that's coming out, like how it's coming out here, you want to make sure you pinch that really good because they'll split open otherwise. You don't want it. And you can use a fork too to pinch them together. See, that's big. Holy Moses, man. That's a big one. Oh God, that's the size of my hand. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Oh, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. So I'm just gonna finish up making them like this and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so this is the end result of my pierogi making. These ones here, you can see how big this one is. It's like the size of my hand. That's gigantic. This is a normal size pierogi. That's how big they're supposed to be. So some of mine are gigantic and some of them are little, but that's my end result. And you can see I have a towel down here because I told you to put flour down, but I found that they were sticking to that. So if you have parchment paper and then put some flour, but I just put towel down because they won't stick to my towel. So that's it. So you just leave them on here. You can put them in the freezer, freeze them, and then put them in Ziploc baggies, and then you can have them. I'm just going to leave mine out because I'm going to use some for supper, and then Kaylee's coming to grab some after work. So I'll just leave mine out and freeze them when I'm done. And I'll come back when I go to cook them. Bye. Hi, I'm back. It is 5:30. I'm going to start cooking my supper. So we're having pierogies and some kind of a cabbagey thing here that I'll show you. So for my pierogies, I cook them in the oven. So we've made them homemade. Got some bacon here. I'm just going to preheat my oven to 425. Got that going. Oops. Thought I had it going. There we go. So in here, I'm going to cut up some bacon here. I'm going to take my bacon out, cut it up. I'm going to grab my butter. Get some butter in the bottom of the pan for the pierogi so they don't stick in here. So I just butter all on the bottom like so. Okay, so that's that. Then I got bacon here. I'm just gonna take it apart, put it in the bottom like so, spread it out, let it get all in here. So we'll have some bacon on the bottom of the pan. So put that on there. There you go. Okay, and then I'm going to take, I've got a tray of my pierogies here. So I'm just going to put them out. The bottom, I'm cooking the big jumbo ones. They're so freaking big. Oh, makes it funny. So, and I just do a thin layer like this. I don't double them up. If you're using normal size ones, you can get more in here, but I'm using big ones and it's just Randy and Ryan, so I'm pretty sure I have enough. And then I'll just put bacon on top of the pierogies. So, and then I put in some green onions too. Get that cooking in with it. So there we go with that. There we go. And I got the green onions here. So I'll quickly put those on too. And then I do some for garnish afterwards near the end. I'll put some on too. I'll just choppy these up. And it's up to you and how much you want to put on for the green onions. Like this. And I'll put it in the oven. It'll take about, I don't know, 20-25 minutes to cook. So I'll get that in the oven. And then I'll clean up my mess and I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm back. So what I'm going to do here is I've got a frying pan going, heat on it, and I got some smokies here. So I'm going to cut them up, bite-sized little pieces, just thin pieces like this. And get them like so. There we go. Okay. So spray a little oil on the bottom. And put the sausages in. We'll let them cook for a little bit. Got that going like that. And then I said I was gonna brown this up, cook these up, and then I got coleslaw mix I'm gonna add to it. And cook that in there. And it'll be like cabbages and sausage with your pierogies, so it'll be yummy. So I'm just gonna brown this up and then we'll come back when I add the rest of it to it. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so I started this at 5:30. It's now 1:45. I just added a bit of water in the bottom just to pick up all the brown little bits from the sausage that I cooked, so it gives it some kind of juices. And then I'm just going to pour in my cabbage mixture, and it'll wilt it down. Make it a mess. So it'll be like this. So just gotta wilt it down. And then as it wilts down, you can add more to it if you want. So I just got this on low. So I'm gonna watch this and cook it down and then add more to it if I need to. That's what it's gonna look like with the sausage and the cabbage in there. And then my pierogies are cooking. I'll check them in about another 15 minutes because I just opened it up and looked and they're not really doing a heck of a lot. So I'll come back to you. I'm just going to keep adding cabbage to this. Okay, so my meat's cooking. It's now 10 to 6. My cabbage and sausage are cooking. My pierogies are cooking, and I'm going to quickly throw together a quick little salad here. If I can open this up, would be fantastic. There we go. So I'll just throw my lettuce in there. This is the last of it. Make sure there's no yucky wilted pieces in there. One wilty piece makes everything wilty very fastly. So I'm just going to pick out the wilted pieces here. There, that looks good. The rest of it looks really good. So I'm going to start off by putting a bit of pepper in there. You can do what you want for your salad. This is how I do my salads. So. There we go. Okay. So choppy. Some peppers. Like so. that in there. And do some mushrooms. Yummy, yummy. Okay, throw those in there. Mushrooms, I got some radishes here. Throw a couple of those in there. A couple of those. I usually do like a fairly big salad and I put it in a Ziploc baggie afterwards, and it's good for a couple of days. So just cut up these radishes. You can cut your radishes however you want. I do them like this. Keeping an eye on the clock there to check the pierogies. Got another 5 minutes or so before I can check those. So I'm going to put my radishes in the bowl. Got some Brussels sprouts. A couple of those in. I have a garbage sink here I've been throwing everything into. So and I just cut these off and peel off the little bit of loose leaves that are on. Cut them in half, slice them up real thin. Then slice them up. Yummy, yummy. Throw them in there. And then I'll put in a carrot. Go. Peel it. Cut off any of the yucky parts. Take my thingamabobber here and gravy. Get the carrot in there. Just some color. Go. So you got the carrot. Just mix it up. And there you go. Simple salad. Very simple salad. Okay, so now I'm going to look at my pierogies. So I'll shut you off and turn you back on. Okay, I'm back. This is that cabbage and sausage mixture. I added pepper and garlic and salt to it for some flavor. Another good thing you can add to it too is that Chinese 5-spice, and then it would almost taste like an egg roll. That would be good, but I'm not going to do that tonight. So these are my pierogies. Here, flip them over. Oh, they're falling apart here. See how brown they're getting? Crispy, crispy, crispy. That's what I want to see, is that crisp on there. That's what we want to see. They're coming along, they're cooked. Just brown them again for about another 2 or 3 minutes, but they're basically cooked because they're nice and golden brown. See, yummy. So I'm just gonna shut my oven off because it'll still cook with them in there. I'm gonna shut this off because it'll stay warm and yummy. I'm gonna leave it like that. And then I'm gonna quickly finish it off with so it is now exactly 6 o'clock and I started this at 5:30 and everything's cooked and ready to go. So I'm just gonna plate it up and we'll come back with you. Here's the finished product. Pierogies and sour cream with the cabbage and sausage.